A day after arguably India's biggest superstar Shah Rukh Khan was honored with an acting award at the National Awards in the country for his film Jawan, politics has broken out over why Shah Rukh Khan was given this award. The Bihar election, remember, is upon us, and leave it to a Congress leader, an obscure Congress leader, but a Congress leader nevertheless, to say that there is a political reason why Shah Rukh Khan has been given a national award for his film Jawan, and why the system has awarded him this time. This Congress MLC, I don't even want to take his name because he is some small fry. He says this is the BJP's Muslim appeasement. In what is perhaps the greatest Uno reverse, in my opinion, the Congress is accusing the BJP of Muslim appeasement before an election, and that's why they've given Shah Rukh Khan the national award. The national awards were given to many people. Shah Rukh Khan was among them. Most people believe Shah Rukh Khan should have got it a long time ago. The BJP has come out to provoke and say that we did not ignore Shah Rukh Khan, implying that the Congress ignored him. But the Congress is hit back saying the BJP is doing Muslim appeasement by giving him an award this time. Shah Rukh Khan has been awarded to win Muslim votes, says this small fry Congress MLC. The BJP calls the Congress frustrated, and once again we find ourselves in the unsavory, familiar circumstance of Shah Rukh Khan, a man who never gets into politics, who never comments about anything contentious, who never appears in the spotlight of anything even remotely controversial. King Khan has been turned once again into a political football by a shameless politician from a party which has an ecosystem that has attempted to harness and own and manipulate and try and use Shah Rukh Khan in any number of ways to score political points against the BJP. The question tonight, is this national honor for some reason a dishonor for the Congress party? Do they agree with what this small fry, I don't even know his name, Bhai Jagtap of the Congress has to say? And if they don't, then why is this man saying it in public, and why has it not been disowned is the real question. Listen into what he said.
भाई मोदी जी ने बहुत सारी चीजें देखी है. अब ये हथकंडे जो बचे हैं वो भी इस्तेमाल करें. एक जगह तो मुसलमानों को लेके आप जो बयानबाजी कर रहे हैं और जो कोशिश कर रहे हैं, जो जातीय दंगे जो उसको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, और जिस ढंग की स्थिति हमारे देश में आज है, चाहे उत्तर प्रदेश हो, चाहे अभी बिहार हो, चाहे जहां भी हो, तो और एक जगह जब ये चुनाव का ये आता है तो आपको शाहरुख खान दिखाई दे देता है. चलो, एक बात तो है, इनके नेशनल अवार्ड एक बहुत बड़ा सम्मान होता है, लेकिन शाहरुख उस ऊंचाई को बहुत पहले छू चुके हैं. वो विश्व में शाहरुख खान को माना जाता है. ये आपके मानने न मानने से कुछ नहीं होता. और ये अगर आरोप कांग्रेस के ऊपर किया जा रहा है तो मैं बताना चाहता हूं कि इसके पहले बहुत सारे जो ये है कलाकार है, उनको इस तरह से सम्मानित किया गया है. आप शाहरुख खान को एक कलाकार करके सम्मानित कर रहे हैं या एक मुस्लिम है इसलिए सम्मानित कर रहे हैं? ये बड़ा सवाल ये सारे चुनाव मध्य नजर रखते हुए आप शायद मेरे दिमाग में है.
Shah Rukh Khan is an incredibly dignified star, never dips his toes into anything that might draw attention to him in an unsavory manner, has frequently tweeted praising Prime Minister Modi, has frequently been the subject of the Congress's ecosystem saying that Shah Rukh Khan is actually anti-Modi. They've tried to own him, and through it all he has remained completely above it, because this is not the first time that Bollywood's King Khan has come under political fire like this. Earlier, when Shah Rukh Khan wished Prime Minister Narendra Modi on his birthday just a few days ago, calling Prime Minister Modi inspirational, the Congress's troll armies targeted the actor, unleashing the most foul verbal attack on any Bollywood celebrity. I want you to hear that message that Shah Rukh had published just a few days ago.
आज आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के 75वें जन्म दिवस पर मैं उनको अपनी हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं. और आपका जो सफर रहा है, जर्नी रही है, जो आपकी कहानी है, छोटे से शहर से लेकर ग्लोबल स्टेज तक, वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा इंस्पायरिंग है। इस कहानी में आपका डिसिप्लिन, आपकी मेहनत और अपने देश के प्रति डेडिकेशन दिखाई पड़ती है। तो सच तो ये है सर कि 75 साल की उम्र में जो आपकी पेस है, एनर्जी है, वो हम जैसे जवान लोगों को भी पीछे छोड़ देती है। सो मैं दुआ करता हूँ कि आप हमेशा स्वस्थ रहें, तंदुरुस्त रहें, मजबूत रहें और खुशहाल रहें।
And you know, a day after Shah Rukh Khan won this national award, and we can all, I think, agree that he deserved this national award a long time ago, but it is what it is, and he did receive this high honor yesterday. I'm frankly disgusted on this story with our politicians, and that's why I've taken a call not to invite any politicians on tonight's discussion on Left, Right, and Center. Instead, I've gotten three of my favorite commentators. They're also my friends. So welcoming Anand Ranganathan, Sanjay Jha and Advaita Kala onto this. I want to keep the politics out of this because, you know, to me personally also, Shah Rukh Khan is an amazing actor, an amazing guy, an icon, a legend. I love how deftly he has remained, you know, oblivious and aloof to this maniacal politics that has always played around him. You know, with ecosystems warring against each other, trying to make him a political football. Anand trying to own him, you know, trying to harness him, trying to say, देखो Shah Rukh Khan Modi को पर हमला कर रहा है. Look at this scene from Jawan. That is actually a message for Modi. But coming to today's point, where you've got, you know, a Congress MLC saying that the award given to Shah Rukh yesterday is because of the Bihar election, Anand.
Good evening, Shiv, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Look, 3 points here. Number one, it is preposterous for the Congress leader, howsoever small fry or whatever he may be, to allege that Shah Rukh Khan has been given a national award because he's a Muslim. Now, you know, this is the same thing as heads I win, tails you lose. If you give it to Shah Rukh Khan based on his acting or based on his acumen in a film, and then you go and allege, look, it's possibly because of the impending elections and because he's a Muslim and BJP wants a Muslim vote bank. So by that logic, whenever under the Congress awards were given to Muslims, were they given because of appeasement? You know, this is the kind of demented logic that only politicians can come up with. The second point I want to make, I'm telling you, I'm in two minds because of course, I very much admire Shah Rukh Khan, and one of his films is my all-time favorite, Swades, for which, you know, he should have got the national award. I haven't seen the film for which he's got the national award, but the fact is, you are absolutely right. The bigger super duper star you are, the more apolitical or politically or ideology agnostic you appear to be in this country. Shiv, that's not the case in Hollywood, for example.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm in two minds whether that is the correct stand to take on. I mean, each to his own. But, you know, I'm completely opposed to the stands, each and every stand that Swara Bhaskar takes. I'm taking her example openly. But I admire the fact that, you know, she speaks her mind as an actor. Of course, she loses a lot of audience because of that. She possibly knows that as well. She probably gains a lot of audience as well. She's done that mathematics. I'm being cynical out here. But we live in a social media activated world. How difficult it must be for a person. I mean, let's take our example. Let's take the example of the panelists to be so politically agnostic. It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Because even if you are, people brand you, they pigeonhole you, as you just saw. When, I mean, something as mundane as a birthday wish by Shah Rukh Khan to Prime Minister Modi has been, you know, lampooned and has been labeled as something kuch to majboori rahi hogi jo ye kar rahe hain, and you know, all that stuff. So that's point number two. The point number three, sadly, is that all these awards have to be taken with a pinch of salt because people who covet these awards, quite frankly, they wait for their governments to come into power. And it's not just the actors. We've seen many journalists who've got Padma awards. And I mean, by journalists, let me put in quotes, quote unquote journalists. The fact of the matter is that many such awards are given before elections. Obviously, this has got no political connotations, but many Bharat Ratnas have been given to a lot of people just before elections by both parties. So this is something that actually, I mean, you can't deny it. It has political hues.
Okay, no, I completely agree with you on that. I think government largesse, decorations, awards definitely have a political color to them. There is a circumstance and a timing to them as well. But somehow, and I agree with you, Anand, it doesn't feel like it applies to Shah Rukh Khan in the least. Advaita, you've been in the film industry. I'm sure you know Shah Rukh as well. Things have sometimes changed overnight. We saw ecosystems say, because of what happened to Aryan Khan, Shah Rukh Khan is going to be completely anti-Modi. Then a few months later, there was a message from him for the Prime Minister. Then something else happened where the film Jawan came out. There were this huge number of reviews saying, oh, this scene is actually meant for Modi. And then Shah Rukh Khan put out a statement, praising the G20 and how it happened here in India. So it is bizarre how much how this ecosystem, including the one today that says that the government has given him a national award because he's a Muslim before the Bihar elections, seems to think that Shah Rukh Khan has no mind of his own. They can do whatever they want. They can say what they want about him.
Yes, and it is so insulting to someone of his stature. I mean, Shah Rukh Khan today is a cultural asset. Yeah. Around the world, he is recognized, he's appreciated, he's identified as Indian. And it's a matter of pride for us. I mean, he was at the Met Gala this year. So he represents India on so many red carpets across the world. And the best way to describe him is as a modern day cultural asset. So I think it's very myopic to view these things in this way. And if you look at Shah Rukh's own trajectory, from 2013, which was his last big hit, Chennai Express, 2014 onwards till 2022, he didn't have a single hit. This man, one of the biggest superstars in the Hindi film industry, took 4 years out. 4 years. That's a long time when every year is equal to 6 years in terms of your aging factor as a leading actor, be it male or female. He took 4 years out to think his career, to rethink his career, to plan his comeback. And my God, in 2023, what a comeback it was. And especially at a time when the Hindi film industry is failing left, right, and center. This man gave 2 back-to-back blockbuster hits, to a certain extent, revived a dying industry, which is still kind of, ebbing from out of its former glory. Yeah. So he has actually been a hero for the film industry, even in terms of keeping it alive.
True, very true.
There were 2 national awards for Best Actor. Vikrant Massey got one. Shah Rukh got one in the more commercial category. Yeah. It's a completely fair assessment, and credit to the government. Although I've been part of national award juries, frankly, I mean, it's consensus. Sure, there may be mentions here and there, but net, everyone has to be on the table. And that usually, and mostly in my experience, has never happened. And there are all kinds of things that go on, I mean, regional pictures.
No, absolutely.
Someone from Kerala. So there's multiple factors that come into play. So I think it's very simplistic to look at it at, Muslim.
No, I completely agree. But, all sorts of things are said just before elections. That's the nature of the conversation. Sanjay, I agree with Anand when he says political awards and, decorations and things like this do have a political context and a impulse to them. Do you think that applies here as well, as far as Shah Rukh Khan is concerned?
I think like everybody else, I'm a huge Shah Rukh Khan fan. Let me make that disclaimer right at the very beginning. I also agree with what Anand said earlier, that he could have got the national award for a Swades or a Chak De or a My Name is Khan. In fact, I loved him in a movie called Rais, where I thought he was outstanding. Yeah. Now, I do want to come to the point that you have raised. Firstly, I totally disagree with anybody saying that Shah Rukh Khan has got the award because he's a Muslim and has got anything to be done with the Bihar elections. I think that's a very ridiculous statement, and I need to personally trash that right away. However, there are 2 points that have to be raised. One, personally, I thought, I'm also a father. I thought the way he handled that entire ugly episode where his son Aryan Khan, who's, by the way, come up with a very entertaining serial that I recommend you must watch. The way he handled that as a father, and I'm sure as the family, they showed remarkable grace and dignity at a time when it must have been personally traumatic. And I thought that raised his stature in the eyes of not just his fans, but I think anybody who just saw him as a good human being. But there is one reality shift that we should not shirk away from. I don't want to pussyfoot around on this subject. Give me 30 seconds to put it out.
Yes.
I live in Mumbai, and I have some friends in the film industry. I have never seen it as polarized as it has become. I can name you the films, but you have had like 15 to 18 films which are based on hardcore propaganda. There's nothing wrong in nationalism, but these have been themes that have been created to literally make Narendra Modi and his government look good. And I think, to my mind, it has created a very vitiated, a very jaundiced environment in a space which is meant to be creative, liberal, progressive. These are guys at Bollywood, or all the creative talent are meant to challenge the status quo. These are guys who are supposed to create fantasy films, and I think everybody got boxed into a great extent. And I do feel that the biggest tragedy of our times is that Bollywood today has felt almost claustrophobic or strangulated with this whole environment that if you say anything critical about the government in your cinema, and you've seen it happen, right, with web series and stuff. And Shah Rukh Khan's own movie was trolled, by the way, when it got released.
Okay.
So I can tell you that we need to be a lot more sensitive to the film industry. And I think we have treated them with contemptuous indifference, which is unfortunate.
Okay. Anand, you had a point. I think that there's plenty of creativity and anti-establishment impulse still left in the film industry. It's not been completely erased. There is, of course, some propaganda. But Anand, go ahead. What do you think?
No, look, the fact of the matter is, yes, Sanjay was right. 2/3 of the time that was allotted to him that he spoke about. But in the end, when he talks about the Bollywood industry, film industry has been stifled and all, that's not true. Or let me put it this way, that is as true as it has ever been. I mean, I used to run a thread, and you've seen that thread, of literally 100 films that have been blocked and ruthlessly censored, never released, their directors, their actors arrested, thrown in jail, just because right from Nehru to Indira to Rajiv to Rahul to Sonia did not like what was projected on the screen. So this is not some new phenomena. I mean, this has happened even during the UPA. Dozens of films. I mean, I can name them, but the fact of the matter, I mean, some things come to mind. I mean, Da Vinci Code, films that were politically agnostic. They were banned for political reasons. So, Rang De Basanti was passed only after the Congress said we, as ministers, would see them. So, this has happened, always happened. We've allowed it to happen. Now, that's a tragedy. But to say selectively that under Modi's regime this is happening, that would be unfair.
Sanjay, you want a quick point that
Shiv, let me tell you
on Shah Rukh specifically.
Shiv, I want to make one short point. I would just like to ask both Advaita as well as Anand. Do you think in today's environment, the climate of distrust and I say almost skepticism about secularism itself, do you think somebody will be able to have the courage to make an Amar Akbar Anthony in India? Be serious. Be serious and tell me that. Will somebody have the, I want to use a very strong term, will have the conviction and the courage to make an Amar Akbar Anthony?
Advaita, answer, okay. Let's get both of them
to
answer that.
an open challenge.
Advaita, straight question from
the thing
Sanjay.
was, even a film like Firak was made, right? After the 2002 riots in Gujarat. So let's not act like, these propaganda films. There have always been filmmakers who have pursued propaganda and used it as a medium to translate and to project their message. It's happened across all regimes. It's not like it's happening now. It hasn't happened before. And that's a certain take on filmmaking, and they're entitled to that take on filmmaking. The ultimate choice lies with the viewers, whether they spend their hard-earned money on those kind of films or they choose not to. I think, this is the thing, right? The industry has a lot many things to worry about than whether we can make A type of film or B type of film. Because the bottom line is the movies are not working right now. They're not working. 8 out of 10 movies, if not 9, are flopping at the box office. We're getting no footfalls.
Small point, Shiv.
Movies are slowing down. Employment opportunities in the industry are slowing down. And really, this has to do with content. It has to do with star fees. It has to do with a lot of factors. So I think we need to stop looking at films as some sort of vehicle for messages. Yes, there are films like that, but mostly this is an art form. It'll tell different stories. It depends on what motivates the filmmaker, what motivates the audience to go into cinema.
Anand, you want to reply to Sanjay? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a very quick point, because this actually, this point is somehow missed when we talk of press freedom or freedom of speech, or indeed when we talk of films. We somehow always associate these rights, you can say, with the central government. Now, yes, partly it is true, but it is also true that a very disturbing phenomena, Shiv, has taken place. I can name the film The Bengal Files by Vivek Agnihotri. Now, many people said it's propaganda, it's reality. Now, the Bengal government did not ban it. 10 years ago, it has banned many such films. But now the new phenomena is that it is threatening people who project these films to not show it. So as a result, it says, look, I have never banned it. But the fact is the Bengal Files was not actually shown to the extent it should have in Kolkata. This is the new thing, to scare the people who show the films into not showing the film. So, when you say that Bollywood is suffocated, look at the non-BJP ruled states. There the films that are, you can say, quote unquote, aligned to a particular ideology are not being shown at all.
Sanjay, I've got 30 seconds left. Yeah, I'll give you the last word because I've let Anand and Advaita speak. Go ahead,
thank you,
Sanjay.
Shiv. I just believe that actors like Shah Rukh Khan need to be applauded because, he's not just a superstar, he also happens to be a Muslim. And in a country that has become so identity-driven in the last 10 years, it's not easy for them to navigate that. Take the example of Amir Khan, right? An actor needs social media to promote or get communication with the audience.
Sanjay, they've all
He's
had
off
successful
social media.
films.
He's
Nothing
off
has
social
affected
media.
that. Come on, that's
He's off social media. No, because of the toxic trolling. Amir Khan left social media because of the toxic
That's
trolling.
not a fair assumption at all. I mean, these actors have ruled Bollywood for more than 30 years.
That's the irony, right? That's the irony. They are popular, but we have looked at them from the lens of their religion.
They have been marginalized or compromised is really unrealistic, and it's kind of ridiculous. They're still box office kings. They're still Bollywood kings, irrespective of who's in power. And there's a thing, like power can come and go, but the three Khans will remain.
Okay, I'm completely out of time, but I would have loved to continue this. I have a feeling there will be more to speak about on Shah Rukh in the days ahead. But Anand, Advaita and Sanjay, thank you. Only one thought I'm left with is I wonder what Shah Rukh thinks about all of this, and what does he think when he reads the headlines about someone saying that he got the national award because he's a Muslim and the Bihar elections are coming up. I always wonder what the celebrities think about being political footballs. But we'll leave it there. Thanks very much to the three of you for joining me on Left, Right and Centre tonight. That's it on the show. Thanks very much for watching.